NBA players have told some unforgettable stories over the years, but once you take a closer look, not all of them hold up. So today, we're separating fact from fiction by breaking down some of the NBA's most famous anecdotes. And first on the list is the legendary story behind how Paul Pierce earned the nickname The Truth 25 years ago.
Is the mother truth.
He told him that I was the bleep, 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 truth.
I knew the kid can play, but I didn't know he can play like that. Don't take anything out of it. Paul Pierce is the truth. I was like, this guy's the truth because what he's doing is not a lie.
These days, Paul Pierce's version of the story leaves out a few important details, so it's worth taking a closer look. Back in 2001, the Celtics traveled to Staples Center to face their longtime rivals, the Lakers. Los Angeles had just won its first championship of the Shaq and Kobe era, while Boston, led by the young duo of Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker, was far from a title contender. Still, Pierce, better known then as P-Double and a California native, arrived ready to put on a show. Pierce came out firing, scoring 23 points on 7 of 10 shooting in the first half and helping Boston build a 5-point lead over the defending champions. He was scoring from every spot on the floor, and he kept that same aggressive approach throughout the second half. By the end of the night, Pierce had matched his career high with 42 points while shooting an outstanding 68% on the defending champions' home court. It didn't matter whether Brian Shaw, Rick Fox, or Devin George was guarding him. He scored on everyone. The only defender Pierce later claimed to remember facing, however, was Kobe Bryant. The problem is that Kobe never played in that game. You can confirm it by watching the game highlights or checking ESPN's recap. Even so, Pierce almost carried the Celtics to an upset by himself. But the Lakers, led by Shaquille O'Neal and Derek Fisher, pulled out the win, a detail Pierce also tends to leave out when telling the story.
Just dropped like 40 and we got the win, and I did it in the Staples.
Yeah, it probably comes from telling the same story so many times across different podcasts and interviews. Over the years, the details seem to have shifted a bit, making the moment sound even bigger than it actually was. Brian Scalabrine even joked about doing the exact same thing during his now famous and hilarious interview after winning the NBA championship.
How is it for you, not able to play even one little second in the finals? Is that hard?
Why would you think that's funny? I'll tell you, it's not that difficult to do because guess what? Maybe now you can say, yeah, I didn't play a second, but in 5 years, you guys are gonna forget. In 10 years, I'll still be a champ. In 20 years, I'll tell my kids I probably started. And in 30 years, I probably told them I got the MVP. So I'm really not too worried about it.
Okay, great,
All right.
Congratulations.
We'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Brian.
Next, we have Kyrie Irving, who somehow made himself look worse than it actually was.
First game. First game I played against Jose Calderon. Jose Calderon bust my ass. He gave me 26 and 14. He was fucking celebrating like a motherfucker. I was sick. I had 6 and 6 that night. I was like...
The conversation was about each player's welcome to the NBA moment, and Kyrie recalled that Jose Calderon lit him up for 26 points and 14 assists in his very first game. Hearing it that way, you'd think Calderon completely took over. The reality, though, was a little different. Calderon finished with 15 points and 11 assists in Toronto's comfortable win over Cleveland. That's 11 fewer points and 3 fewer assists than Kyrie remembered. It's hard to say why those numbers changed over time, but the story definitely became a bit more dramatic than what actually happened. Kyle Kuzma, however, wasn't exaggerating when he shared his own story.
8 rotation NBA players. It was me, Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Zubac, Thomas Bryant, Caruso. Matt Thomas played in the league for 4 or 5 years. We were loaded. And then every game, we sold out Thomas and Mack every game. Like, it was a move.
Back then, that was an incredibly loaded Summer League roster. They pushed the pace from end to end, bringing a Showtime-style brand of basketball to Las Vegas. Lonzo Ball earned tournament MVP honors, while Kyle Kuzma took home the championship game MVP award. Looking back now at everything those players have gone on to achieve in the NBA, there's a strong argument that they were the greatest Summer League team ever assembled.
But then, Gilbert Arenas stepped in and challenged that claim.
Brother, you just don't know the ass whoopings that was taking place at the pyramid. Me, Jason Richardson, Troy Murphy, we just drafted Dunleavy. Oh yeah, Long Beach was about to be our beach until we came across a team. The team that was in Summer League started that season in the NBA. It was them goddamn knuckleheads that had Darius Miles, Quentin Richardson, Keon Doolin, Lamar Odom, Corey Maggette, Elton fucking Brand, all on one team. And they were starters in the NBA. Imagine being as good as we were, losing by 50. They beat the dog shit out of us. So yeah, they would be the...
To start, Mike Dunleavy was selected in the 2002 NBA Draft. And if you look at ESPN's coverage of that year's Summer League at the Pyramid in Long Beach, you'll find the Warriors roster Gilbert Arenas was referring to. The problem is that the Clippers roster looks completely different. Quentin Richardson is the only player who matches. However, in 2001, the Warriors, featuring Arenas, Jason Richardson, and Troy Murphy, did face the Clippers at the Pyramid. On the Clippers side, though, the most likely lineup included only Darius Miles, Quentin Richardson, and Keon Doolin. Why do I say that? First, multiple ESPN reports from that time mention Lamar Odom either sitting out in street clothes or being expected to return near the end of Summer League in August. Second, there's no reliable evidence showing that Corey Maggette played in that Summer League at all. He had already completed 2 full NBA seasons by then. And third, Elton Brand had just been traded to the Clippers on draft night in June 2001. He had already won Rookie of the Year in 2000 and had established himself as a consistent 20-point, 10-rebound player during his 2 seasons in Chicago. Players at that level typically don't suit up for Summer League in their 3rd NBA season. I'm not saying it was impossible, but if there's no evidence to support it, it's hard to believe it happened. It's possible Gil is simply mixing up the timeline and remembering a preseason game or even a regular season matchup instead. Maybe it was an exhibition game that was never properly documented. That young Clippers group was incredibly talented, even if they never fully lived up to its potential. But it's fair to say they most likely weren't all together in the same Summer League lineup that Gil described. So that's the story. Let me know in the comments what you think about these stories and if you've heard any even crazier ones. While you're here, check out my previous video on the greatest game you've probably never seen, where a prime Kobe Bryant went head-to-head with a young LeBron James. Click the video on your screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.